Hello, this is Annalisa from Faith Dream Create, and welcome back to my channel. And also, welcome to the Hearts and Flowers video hop. This is a collaboration with other crafty YouTubers here on YouTube, and in each video, we will be sharing a hearts and or flowers themed project to get you inspired for your spring crafting. I'll tell you a little bit more as we go on. So for my video today, I'll be using this caffeinated critter from the Rabbit Hole Designs, and then this heart stencil, which I picked up from Dollarama. So as you can see, I'm going with the hearts theme, and I'm using a barn door and festive berries to ink up this stencil. And now while I show you this, I will go ahead and tell you a little bit more about this hop. It starts today, Friday, February 14th, and goes through Thursday, February 20th, giving you plenty of time to watch and comment on all of our videos. There is giveaways along the way on some channels, and you have until February 25th when those prizes will be announced on each individual channel, and there will be a list of all winners will be over on Monica Taylor's blog, which you can find listed in the description box below. And down below in the description box below, you'll also find the link to the next person in the hop. So hop along, get inspiration, hearts, flowers, spring projects, and yeah, you don't want to miss out. So just going ahead and finishing inking up this background, and then it will be the big reveal. That's the funnest part about using stencils. After it's all done and inked up, you take the stencil away and it's like, oh, that looks really good. And then I will go ahead and stamp this in Memento Tuxedo black ink, and then I will be coloring it with Spectrum Noir markers, and I'm going to be putting on some music while I color, and then I will be back in a little bit to tell you more about my project. Now that the coloring is done, I'm just using a black pen to outline the image. I didn't want any of the details to get lost. And then I'm using the Morning Dew Nouveau drops to add some shine and dimension on the octopus's eyes and on the hearts on the cups. And then I go ahead and use the Nouveau drops again on the card base that I created earlier, and I'm going ahead and using those right over the hearts again to add the shine and the dimension to this background panel. And it was very time consuming to do, but definitely worth it, as the Morning Dew Nouveau drops dry clear and you don't lose any of that color from your ink blending, and it definitely adds a fun element and dimension to your card, and you're going to see at the end just how it all looks together. And yeah, I just want to remind you, definitely check out the description box below to hop to the next person, and all the details you need to know about Monica Taylor's blog post with all the details for this hop will be listed down below as well, so definitely check that out and get more inspiration along the way, because today it's not just my video, it's other great crafters for more crafting inspiration. So once the hearts were all done using the Nuvo drops, I felt like this background was still missing something. And I was thinking about it, and I was like, what do I add? Because you don't want to add too much. But what can I do to add something simple and just finish off this background? So I went ahead and picked out another Nuvo drop color that I have in my collection. I have a very little collection of the Nuvo drops, but they are growing because I really like using them. So I went ahead and grabbed Autumn Red, as you're going to see here in a second. And I just add it in between the hearts to finish up this background. As you can see here, here's the Autumn Red, and this is how I finished off the background and just made it a little more fun by keeping it simple. And then once this was all dry, you need to let it sit for at least 24 hours before adding anything else onto it. Then I was able to finish off my card. I really like how the dots just added so much to the background, but still it was subtle and simple. And even before it's dry, you can just see that shine and that dimension. So now that it's dry, I'm going ahead and popping up the octopus, which I fussy cut out off camera, and I'm just adding some foam tape because I felt like it needed to pop up over top of all that dimension from the Nuvo drops. And it just gives it a little bit extra. And yeah, so he's gonna go on, and then I'll be able to work on my sentiment. So my sentiment is from Honeybee Stamps. Perfect blend stamp set, and I'm going to be using the sentiment, I love you more than coffee, please don't make me prove it. So that's two different sentiments here that I'm building with this set, and I'm just putting them on this clear picture frame that I use with my clear stamps to stamp out my images. And I just did a video a little bit ago on things that I use in my craft room that are not your typical crafting supplies, so like craft hacks. So I used this one and just various other things to organize. So if you're interested in how I use this and other products that are not necessarily your go-to crafting things, definitely check out that video too if you're interested. So once everything was lined up, it took me a little while to get the spacing right and to include all of the words in one go. So it's just a little bit of moving it over and figuring it out. I wanted it to be in a straight line. So here we go, is the first part of the sentiment. And then I grabbed out some black paper from my scraps, and I'm going to be using Simon Says Stamp Clear ink to emboss this, and then I just used my embossing buddy to make sure that there was no extra embossing powder where I didn't want it to be. And for the embossing powder, I will be using Simon Says Stamp white embossing powder. And then of course heating that with my heat tool to melt that embossing powder. I just love how white embossing powder looks against black paper. There's just something about it. So once that was all melted and ready to go, I went ahead and stamped the second part of my sentiment, "Please don't make me prove it," in the same ink and with the same embossing powder. And you're going to see here that I'd already stamped it once in a second. I stamped it twice. I found that some of the words didn't come out as well as I stamped it and used the powder. So I just wanted to try again and make sure that it was clear and you could read it. And then once it was all melted, I went ahead and cut out these sentiments into strips to add to my card. And then I will go ahead and adhere those to my card. And then once the sentiments were all cut out, I adhered them to the card base using the advanced tape glider. And then that is going to finish off my card. So if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing and joining me on this crafting journey. I post card videos, reviews, Dollar Tree hauls, and clean and decorate with me videos in my craft room. I've got a variety of things here, and I'd love for you to come back and watch along with me and create along with me, and definitely check out the description box below for the next person on the hop and for all the information you need to know and get more crafting inspiration for your spring projects along the way. Thank you so much for coming by today, and thank you for watching. See you next time. Bye for now.